mean, so explain to us the day, because you can see now.
Yes.
So what was it like when God blessed your sight to come in?
Man, that was one. It was a relief because I was, because the depression part was so real. I was like, Lord, if this is what life is going to be like, do I even want to be here? Right? Do I want to even be on this earth if I can't see or if I can't do the things I'm used to doing? At that time I was in the military when it happened. Oh, yeah. So I was still serving, traveling the world, being all I can be. When I said I was living my best life, I was living it up, girl. Living it up. I was living it up. So I was doing it, right? And then one day, just like that, first the cancer, right? And then I think it was God's way of saying, listen, I need you to reevaluate. Okay, you done did 20 years, enough of that man's army. But I wouldn't listen. I was in the hospital literally walking around trying to stay fit to continue serving in the army. And yes, I was on the hospital floor every morning walking with my chemo pole trying to stay fit. Because I know the army, they don't care. They don't care. They want you to come back just like you left.
It's time for the Tina Ramsey Show.
Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, the host of the Tina Ramsey Show and podcast powered by CTR Media Network. And we are live at LitCon, South Carolina. And this event was presented and sponsored by Blu Impressions Publishing. And today I have the absolute pleasure of interviewing the visionary behind this amazing event, where she made history here in South Carolina by bringing us the very first Authors Awards event extravaganza. That's what I say, extravaganza, because I have been to a lot of events, but I have never been to an event like this. So what made you bring this event to, little South Carolina?
Yes. So first, thank you for the opportunity to even be on this platform. But what made me want to do an event like this in South Carolina is my passion for what I do with working with authors, right? So I understand the struggle. I understand the pain points of having a book and not knowing how to get it in front of the people that it needs to serve. Because writing a book that's one part of it, right? But getting it into the right hands, getting it out into the community, getting it to the people that need to see what I have to offer to the world so it can make the impact that it's supposed to make, that is a whole nother challenge that we face. So I wanted to be able to help my fellow authors make that a little easier, right? And then to tell the world about the fabulous authors that are here in Columbia, South Carolina. So sometimes we have these best kept secrets. So I want to let the secret be known that about these phenomenal authors right here in Columbia, South Carolina. And it was my pleasure to do so. It was amazing.
It was.
Yeah.
It really is one to mark down in the books of great memories. So many people see you, you're out there, everybody knows who you are, they speak your name, Lena, but could you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your background, because they know you're the CEO, you're the boss lady, you're doing everything, you're the bomb.com, but tell us a little bit about you, your personal story.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Detroit. I was raised in Detroit. I live in Daphne, Alabama right now, and specifically what brings me to do what I do is I served like 21 years in the military, but before that I was a graphic designer by trade. So I've been a graphic designer for over 30 plus years. I'm a digital artist, I'm a therapeutic art coach, but during the course of my life I faced some challenges myself, right? So I faced some challenges. I fought cancer, child, and the ordeal from that, which one of the setbacks I had with that was the chemo took my eyesight. So when it took my eyesight, it gave me vision on what I was supposed to do with life, right? So it made me realize the gifts that God had given me that I had been taking for granted, which was the digital art, being creative and doing all those things. So I worked some years in the publishing space at the time. So I went back to my roots, right? So really that's what it was. I went back to what I knew. I went back to what I love. My parents are authors. So I knew about the author world, and I knew the challenges that my dad faced getting published. So I was like, well, this is something. But the whole ordeal with me losing my eyesight, I suffered with really bad depression. I suffered with not knowing what I was going to do next as far as my career, how I'm going to help other people. I'm one of those people, I have to do something where I'm serving others, right? I have to connect with it. And so I use coloring books to help me recover with my eyesight, but I use journaling to help me overcome the trauma mentally from what I had experienced. So I would create my own coloring books because the ones I was using had Barney, it had Big Bird, there was stuff for my grandbaby. So, God just spoke to me one day. He was like, well, I gave you the tools to make your own. I gave you the gifts and the talents to make your own. Now I want you to take that you've learned, that you've experienced, and I need you to create for other people.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
So that they can talk to their clients, so that they can help other people in unique and creative ways. So now I've taken that and I help authors and coaches and consultants create their own custom coloring books, workbooks, self-help books, anything that's outside the box, that's specifically designed for who they serve, right? So we make the thing for them to serve the masses. So I'm blessed enough to have some very special clients, but their clients get to benefit from my work, and then they get to make the income. So we like it hand to hand. Yes.
And you said that you make customized, because many times we see traditional coloring books inside the store, and like you said, Barney and all this different stuff. It's not really adult led. And so what made you decide to go into the genre of coloring books other than health and wellness, but also give us the opportunity to create? Because you could just created something that we would have loved it and color whatever you made, right? But what made you say, hey, I'm going to give this gift to allow someone to make their vision, their coloring book come to life?
Because I realized that each individual person that I work with, they have a special mission, just like I have one, right? So whatever their mission is, I'm able to tap into that and then make it so that this tool that they're going to use is able to amplify what they have going on. So it's just, it's not a cookie, something you just go get off the shelf, right? It's already made. No, this is customized to reach those that you are here to impact. So, and it's, I love AI and I use it myself, but these are like custom made, like from making you into the coloring book. So that's what we do, right? So
that's powerful. Yeah. She said she can make you in the
coloring
book.
That's right. I'm gonna turn you into the coloring homage. Yes, so that's what we do. Yeah.
That's powerful. And when I think about how God really helped you to be able to, you lost your sight. Well, I say you lost your sight, your vision, but it brought you your sight.
Yes.
And so, and now you're taking that gift and you're bringing it back. It's like, that's where you were before, and God was like, wait a minute, why you all over here? I need you to see where I need you to see. Yes. And then it brought you there and brought you back to your vision. So explain to us the day, because you can see now.
Yes.
So what was it like when God blessed your sight to come in?
Man, that was one. It was a relief, because I was, because the depression part was so real. I was like, Lord, if this is what life is going to be like, do I even want to be here, right? Do I want to even be on this earth if I can't see or if I can't do the things I'm used to doing? At that time I was in the military when it happened. So I was still serving, traveling the world, being all I can be. When I said I was living my best life, I was living it up, girl, living it up. I was living it up. So I was doing it, right? And then one day, just like that, first the cancer, right? And then I think it was God's way of saying, listen, I need you to reevaluate. Okay, you done did 20 years, enough of that man's army. But I wouldn't listen. I was in the hospital literally walking around trying to stay fit to continue serving in the army. And yes, I was on the hospital floor every morning walking with my chemo pole trying to stay fit. Because I know the army, they don't care. They don't care. They want you to come back just like you left. So every morning I would get up and I would walk 2.5 miles on the Carmanos Concert Institute on the 11th floor every day. And then one day I woke up and I could not see. It was taken from me. So it took him to go to that extreme for me. I'm that special child. They said I was that special child. He was like, girl, you not listening. I don't know how God talks to everybody else, but this is how he was talking to me. You ain't listening, Lena. So I tried to warn you. Now I got to sit your hotsy-tossy self down. And trust me, he got my attention then. So from that point on, once I was able to see just a little bit, I was like, you know what? I used them coloring books just to focus my eyes, right? To learn how to retrain my eyes. I'm like, if he gave me an inch, I'm going to take a mile. That's what, that's exactly what I did. I was like, oh, I can see a little bit. It's on now, Jesus. Every day I would take the coloring book I had and I would put it in my face. to make, and I said, if I could only see the lines, that was what my goal was, just to see the lines that was on the paper. And I would force myself every day. I'm gonna get to see them lines, and I did eventually. It would take a long time. It would take years for me to get my sight back to the point where they said you're not legally blind. It took me 4 years to get to that point. So it was a process. But in that whole time, to me, I was saying I had 20/20 vision. Even to this day, they tell me, you got the worst eyesight we ever seen. And I'm like, I got 20/20 vision, baby, because I know what I'm called here to do. I know my purpose. I know that brought me through some pain, but it brought me to my purpose. And that's where I'm at now, and I'm flourishing it. And not just for me, but for other people, because I can see other people winning through the work that I get to do. So it's been a blessing.
Listen, everything that you're doing and the fact that I never even thought about a coloring book can be a source of therapy for the eye, of training, exercise. Because basically what you were doing with exercising the eye, but also having a walk with God. Because he was like, I allowed this right here to happen, the cancer. You in here
still trying to do what you want to do.
Doing what you want to do. So let me just boom.
Yep, just like
because
that.
You need to stop and pay attention.
That's
Sometimes things happen for when God wants us to do something. He allows things to happen, but he always have a way out.
Yes,
he always
every time.
So everything that you're doing now, like you're a feature author for LitCon, but most importantly, you're the visionary behind LitCon. So what did you look forward to doing? Because I know you was from the back to the front to doing everything. So normally you're so busy. So what is it that you personally look forward to with LitCon in South Carolina?
So for me, it was the connections. So I love hearing people's stories on why they write what they write. But then I like being able to add value and insight on what they're doing to help them even go further. Some people are like, oh, you just I ain't in your business. I'm going to help you because obviously God had you do this for a reason, right? You didn't just write a book to write the book. You write the book because that book has purpose, right? It has a reason on why he gave you that gift to do that. So me being able to help you do that, to get it to where he needs it to get, is a privilege for me and an honor. So it was the connections, being able to meet all the fabulous people. They've been amazing. I mean, these cousins are like none other. We even did the first LitCon line dance, right? Let me tell you.
I mean, for real. I want to put down the camera and join, but I need to get it on documented.
Yes, we needed that documented. So it's been it's been wonderful, wonderful. So that is one of the most rewarding things, and probably the thing I look forward to most, because each LitCon is different, right? Because each author is different, so you never know, right? And most people think they finna come to an author event or book expo and they finna sit down, or they finna just walk from table to table and maybe buy a book, maybe talk, maybe not. But yeah, here you kind of got to.
So it's totally different. You're going to be engaged. You even get some little games, not little games. I love the color game that you did for us to learn our personalities and stuff. And just listening to all the different stories. That's one reason why I love interviewing, because you get to see things from a different perspective. You get to hear and see people's heart through their words.
Yes.
Right? Because when people share, it's something about a book that brings out the best in a person, even when they went through the worst of a situation.
The worst times, you can see the best of them through the words.
You really can. And so when I think about what you're doing, you're an author, you're a visionary, you're a wife, you're a mother, you're a grandmother. You're also published with Blu Impressions Publishing. So what made you decide to call it Blu Impressions Publishing?
So blue is one of my favorite colors, and my personality type is blue, right? So I wanted to go with the impressions because I know that anything that I do, it leaves an impression upon people, and I want my work to do that out here in the world, right? So when people hear Blu Impressions, they know Blu Impressions before they even meet Blu Impressions, right? So they already know the standard. They know it's about to be something unique. They're gonna know it's gonna be that if Blu Impressions touched it, that it has great impact, right? And great value, and it's gonna make you some money. So, and that's because that's important, right? While we're here.
Have you heard about Book Authority's best new podcasting book winner, which is Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, for her book, The Power of Podcasting, Unlocking Tips and Strategies for Podcasting Success. This book is your podcasting coach in a book. She is sharing so many strategies. This book reached #1 twice on Amazon for new release and best-selling book. So go ahead to ctrmedianetwork.com to purchase your copy today, or simply place your order on amazon.com today and unleash the power of podcasting.
So yes.
Yes, and you gave so many good tips and strategies on how to build a six-figure business around your book and extend it with different stuff. You talked about systems and processing. Listen, this was not just come sell your book, come tell your story. This was giving you tangible things that you can do in order to make your life continuously better, and whereas finances won't be a problem anymore, if that's your problem, you can make six figures and up. And she pretty much gave the blueprint to it and getting into the mindset of helping us see and everyone see that you deserve better. We're unique, right? And so that's another thing that I really, really loved about this event. We had dancing, we had fun, they call each other cousins, we all like family. It's laughing, it's fun, it's very engaging, and you really get to know the people at this event. When you think about your journey of becoming an author in life, what would you tell a person who wants to become an author?
I would tell that person that wants to become an author that if you had that desire, especially if it's something that God has placed on your heart, it's just a matter of time before you do it, right? So don't be like me and be hard-headed and not do what you're called to do. I don't want him to have to go to those extremes with you, right? So just do it. What's going to happen? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Right? So I would say to that person, do it. Somebody needs to hear what it is that you have to say. Somebody needs to hear that experience you went through, right? How you overcame it, because somebody's going through that right now. You didn't go through that just to go through it. Just like what I went through, that thing didn't happen. It happened, right? But it happened for me to understand my purpose, right? It happened for me so I can go ahead and help other people, right? It happened for me. It didn't happen to me. It happened for me. So that thing that happened for you, go ahead and share it. Share it, and you will find so much reward in it. It would make sense to you, because you'll be like, oh, I'm helping somebody else that is in that journey, and they need to see what happens once they get past the spot that they're in. They need to know that there's glory on the other side, because God won't just do it for one; He does it for many, right? So He definitely wants you to use that to your advantage, right? To share with the world, not just those things, but those that you think that you are expert in. So if you're an expert in something, somebody else needs to learn from you, right? Share your knowledge, right? All in the form of a book. This book will take you places and put you on stages. If you want to be I'm an international speaker. I never would have thought I would have been speaking on anybody's stages unless it was in the Army. And those was pretty simple, because they tell you the words to say. You say fall in, they're going to do what they're supposed to do, right? But just going out and speaking into the world, telling them about what you've experienced, I never would have thought that. Never would have thought I would be doing that. But this year, I've already spoke twice this year internationally. I'm not talking about right here in the USA, but I'm talking about internationally. And then still got some lined up this year internationally. So I'm telling you, it would take you places if that's what the call on your life is. And if it is a call on your life, you have no choice but to do it.
Trust and believe. If you don't do it, and if from God, He'll make you do it.
He's gonna make you.
You're gonna
I'm
do
here
it.
to tell you.
Because he humbled me many times.
Yes.
And then when I humbled myself, and podcasting is Him humbling me, because I didn't want to do it. But God was like, no, ma'am.
And look at you now.
So lean into what He wants you
right,
to do,
that's
because
right.
He blesses you. And also in regards to that, it blesses so many
more other people. Yes.
And so when I think about what you're doing with your coloring books and your journaling, I love the way you're flipping something that we all know growing up. We first exposed to coloring when we're little.
Right.
And then you bring us back to that humbling state of coloring to be able to bring us peace, to be able to bring us comfort. So out of all your coloring books, is there a particular but coloring page that just, when you see it, you like, this is one of my favorites?
Man, so I have a coloring book, and it's titled I Decide My Vibe. And that coloring book, whenever I have to do a photo shoot, or I just keep it on my desk at home. But that coloring book, when I just see the cover, it reminds me that the world or people don't get the opportunity to tell me how I'm going to feel. Ooh. They don't get the opportunity or the power to tell me how I show up. They don't get even the Army, I'm done with that, right? So nobody can tell me what to do, what to say, how to feel, how to react, right? And so now I get to be me. I get to sit in me. I was like, girl, you kind of awkward, you kind of quirky, you all that. And right now I'm loving it.
Yes, and I'm right there with you. So, and I'm not changing.
Yeah, right, exactly. Once you get to that space, you like, it's easy. Life is so much easier because you know your purpose. You know the stuff, the pain you went through. Now you're in your purpose, and you can walk into that, and you can care less.
Yeah, because you know God.
That's right. That's right.
You know God.
That's right.
And then that's a whole different situation.
It
Now, we
is.
can go ahead and have a whole little moment.
Right.
But you're going to have to watch her and learn from her on social media. So tell people how they can get in contact with you for ones who are a little afraid to, because I don't encourage, let me put my hand on my hip. I don't encourage nobody to call yourself to be an author by yourself.
That's right.
Let me tell you something. God put people on this earth that know how to do what you need done to get you from point A to point B quicker, faster, with less problems. Okay? And I know from personal experience, I can Google it, I can YouTube. No, my life has been so much better since I allow people to operate in their gift, their genius zone. Right. So if you aspire to be an author, don't go about it by yourself. Go to Blu Impressions Publishing and let her, because she's a different kind of publisher. She want to really know who you are. It's not about just getting the money. She want to bring out the best in you in order to create a time capsule of your beautiful life that can live on past your lifespan. Coloring books, customized coloring books, whatever it is you want to do, they can help you with that. So tell people where they can find you.
Yeah, so you can go to yourartisticexpressions.com, yourartisticexpressions.com, and if you go there, you'll get a free ebook that's going to tell you 5 reasons why authors, coaches, and consultants should create additional streams of income using custom coloring books, workbooks, and self-help books. So go there, sign up. If you go, or you can go to, if you go to Instagram and go to like Blu Impressions Publishing.com. If you go there and you DM me the word, what's your podcast? Tina, put Dr. Tina. DM me Tina, Dr. Tina, and I will send you a copy, a hard physical copy of my latest book called Coloring Outside the Lines in Business and Life. And it's going to give you the play-by-play on how what I use in my 6-figure business, that I give the same strategy to my clients on how they can use their books to bring them to that level. So you're going to go to yourartisticexpressions.com, or you're going to go to Instagram, because I know some of y'all be like, well, I ain't going to remember your artistic expression. Well, go to Instagram and go to Blu Impressions Publishing. It's Blue without the E, and DM me the word Tina. Y'all know Tina, so y'all remember that. Yeah. DM me Tina, and I will DM you back, and I will mail you a free copy of this book.
That coloring book, right?
This actual book with the play in it.
Oh!
Yeah, so we're gonna give you this. Yeah, this gonna tell you how to get to paying your piece into profits. So I'm gonna get it. Yes.
Now that you tell me that's not a blessing.
Yes.
All right, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show, giving us some of your time, because I know you're a busy woman, so this is to take you, because you move around like a busy bee. So I'm so glad that you sat down and shared your inspiration, and I'm always inspired hearing the visionaries' point of view, perspective, because normally you're so busy taking care of everybody else that we don't get a chance to hear your story.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. You guys, make sure to check her out. Check out all the other authors on LitCon, South Carolina, that you have been seeing in the videos, and what you will be seeing in the repeat when we are repeating these episodes. Also, LitCon South Carolina is not the only event that she has. So tell them about your other events.
So the next LitCon will be held in Maryland. So the LitCon DMV is going to be September the 28th. And you can go to litconevents.com/DMV. So litconevents.com/DMV, and you can get all the information there to sign up. September the 28th is the date for that. After that, we'll be in Dallas in November. So we're on the move, and we're doing some things. So we're going to be doing awards in those places too. So you don't have to be from those places to get your awards. We just need you to sign up and get the recognition that you so deserve. Yes.
And on that note, I was even honored.
Yes, she was. She got an award, child. She got an award today, so yes. And she deserves it. She deserves it.
Oh, thank you so much. So you guys, make sure to just get into her economy. Yes. All right, with LitCon. This has been one of the best events I have ever been to in regards to authorship, because I haven't seen any author event done like this.
Yeah, well,
so it was amazing. I plan anytime I see Lit over here, I got my ticket. Because it was really lit over here in South Carolina.
I told them we don't do no little sparks. We like the big flames. We want the big flames. So,
It was amazing, you guys. So make sure to follow her on all social media platforms and also connect with her authors. You will see her all over social media, even traveling because she's an international speaker. On that note, remember and thank you for tuning in to the Tina Ramsey Show and podcast powered by CTR Media Network. And we will see you here the same time, same place next week. Talk to you later.